It's your boy H2O. We are here at Another Planet Studio, live in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Music Monday videos. And we're here at the best spot, Brooklyn, BK. You know what I'm saying? They are a sponsor as well, too. But we're also here with my guy, Eric Hall. You know what I'm saying? Eric, introduce yourself. Let the people know what's up, man.
What's going on, y'all? It's Eric Hall, musician, producer, saxophonist, and we out here in Brooklyn getting right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had asked him when I heard saxophonist. I know my boy Damian Escobar and everything like that. So, you know, he was telling me a little bit about that and all that. That was the relationship between you and Damian.
A long time ago, we had linked up, had the same like representation, and we were just rocking. It's great to meet a fellow musician, especially somebody who like this diverse, you know, R&B, hip hop, everything. You know what I'm saying? Understands streets and understands how to be chill as well. You know what I'm saying? I like that balance, and it's good to have that representation of, you know, musicians, dope musicians too, young black musicians doing their thing.
Yeah, being a saxophonist, it's not like saying, yo, I'm gonna go play the saxophone, right? You know what I'm saying? You don't be like, yo, hey man, I'm walking down the block and like. So who kind of got you into that? I know like in middle school or grade school, we used to have the little flute and all that, but we had to go. That was our music class. We had to go do that and play the flute. But like, who got you into this art?
Nah, that's a fact. Actually, my parents did. Both of my parents are musicians. But they never took it like to the professional level. Like my mom plays piano and she sings, and my dad used to play trumpet.
Yeah.
So, and I got an older brother who's like 2 years older. So early in the crib, from like 5, 6, nothing but music in my crib. You know what I'm saying? Everything from the old school Earth, Wind and Fire to Stevie Wonder, and they just was just playing all that stuff in the crib. So by the time I was like 6, 7, I'm like, yo, I can't just be out here doing nothing.
Musicless.
Yeah, like everybody playing. My brother playing trombone, my mom singing. I said, all right, let me pick an instrument, and I picked sax. I picked sax, but they didn't let me play for the first year because, you know, you get in like elementary school, they like, yo, you could, like you said, pick something.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick sax, but I was mad little, and they were like, listen, like, wait another year. So I'm not waiting a year, yo. I got to get on this. I like how this instrument is. So they made me choose flute for 1 year.
See, I said flute. Didn't I say the flute?
You know.
I had the flute.
And at first, I was like, oh, I won't play this flute. But after the first year, I actually kind of liked the joint. So they were like, yo, like, just play multiple instruments. You got to choose one, but saxophone is like my voice though, you know.
You know what just came to me? Did you ever do like this would be dope, like your whole family playing a song, like y'all was even at church or something? Y'all
that's how it was. I got mad pictures and videos when I was a little kid, like just like stuff, we was just playing. You know what I'm saying? Like on some, not Jackson 5, it was only 4 of us, but just as a family just playing. And
I know. I mean, me and my family, we used to like sing and all that. We couldn't sing though.
Yeah,
we couldn't sing. We all used to sing. Me and my sister, and my brother. My mother and dad actually was singers in church and everything like that, but I didn't really get that talent. You know what I'm saying? I got everything else hooped and all that, but you know that singing talent. I'm good in the shower. In the shower, I'm like MJ. I'm like Michael Jackson.
Word.
But we come out that shower, it's like you know I'm like I don't even know the worst singer in the world.
ODB.
Yeah, ODB. yeah. But I think that's dope. That's fire. You know what I mean? So like growing up in New Jersey, right? Teaneck.
Yeah, Teaneck.
Yeah. Yep. So born and raised in
Teaneck,
and still out there now. So I'm in Jersey now too. I still come to the city and do a lot of my work and things of that nature. How is it, being from Jersey? Do you feel like you had to get that New York rub as well too, or what?
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. Like a lot of people from New York be like, yo, Jersey is New York Junior. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's good enough to live in and sleep at and everything like that, but it's hard to kind of get some money over there too. Like I don't know. I think that people. Being in Jersey, I think like you could get money out there, but people still want to get that look from New York.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what it is? I think Jersey's so slept on. You know what I mean? Like you think about it, it's like you got everybody from Whitney Houston, Lauryn Hill, Naughty by Nature, like Just Blaze, Joe Budden, even the new people like SZA, Michael B. Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, Kyrie Irving. Like some of the people who really, if we mention their names, like. They done so much for the culture in their like specific arena, whether they musicians, entertainers, ball players, whatever they are. And it's just like sometimes people don't notice that. It's like, oh shoot, that person's from Jersey.
But do you see you saying that a lot of I've heard I know Kyrie from there, but they don't really say it. Like like people from New York, like I'm from Queens, Brooklyn, like you know what I mean. Like they're repping where they're from. So I don't know if it's even some from the the people, the artists or the the basketball players or whatever. I never really heard them. Yo, Jersey, like you know what I'm saying. Like I heard Sue Surf, the rapper, you know what I mean. The battle rapper, like he said,
right.
Jersey or Arsenal, like
exactly.
But like those are the only people I really hear repping.
Yeah. I think it just depends. And you know what it is? Jersey's a state, whereas like people say I'm from New York, you assuming like, yo, you must be from Manhattan or Harlem or Brooklyn or Queens. You know what I'm saying? You think about the boroughs. Where if someone says they from New York, you're not thinking about like Syracuse and nothing like that. No shade and nothing like that. But
you all Albany.
Yeah, they start naming other stuff like, where? What part? You in upstate New York, bro?
Yeah,
like, nah.
Yeah, where is that?
You know what I mean? Right, exactly. Like, man, you right near the falls. You know what I'm saying?
Niagara Falls.
But it's just like Jersey, because it's a state. It's like, yo, we from Jersey City, from Newark, we from East Orange. Like, are you from South Jersey? Where it's like Trenton and Camden is like damn near 2 hours from here.
Yeah, now anybody going there.
You know what I'm saying?
You go to South Jersey.
So it's just like, I think because it's a state and it's split up, the towns and the suburbs are so split up. Like, it's not like how people say you from Brooklyn. It's like Brooklyn be everywhere. You could be in Australia, like, yo, I'm from Brooklyn. It's like, wait, how you get here?
Yeah.
How you get to Australia? People always rep that. So I think it's just different. But I feel like there's a lot of talent out there, and I feel like we could get money out there, and I just think you gotta connect with the right people. But being next to New York is always dope because it just rubs off on you. Like being from Teaneck, I had Hot 97, I had Power 105 growing up when I was little. You know what I mean? You just
right there.
It's right there. So all the radio stations began that. So I guess the whole, I won't say swag, but it just rubs off on Jersey.
Yeah.
So we have that East Coast like up top vibe as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It being so close. My man lives in Inglewood. It's like 12 minutes from the Bronx.
Yeah, that's right next to me.
Totally different though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Hackensack.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a little better with the terms. You know, Bergen County, like, you know, Essex and everything like that. So I tell people, they be like, yo, where you? I said, yo, just send me the address. I'm gonna put the address in, and I'm gonna get there. Like, you know, that's my Jersey thing. But you know, from being from New York, I kind of know where I'm going. I can navigate where I'm going and stuff like that. But getting into the music, what was your start? Like, when did you start? Like, I know you said as a kid and everything like that, but when did you like take this serious?
I mean, I always took it serious. I was one of those kids. One of those people very early. I knew like, yo, I want to do music. I didn't know specifically how it was to go about. Yeah. Like, but I knew about 13, 14. It's like, I want to do this. I want to play. I want to be a professional musician. I want to play on records. I want to tour. I don't know how to go about it, but I'm about to put my foot forward. And by the time I went to college out in Jersey, and I went to school, my degree was it was a music major, like music performance and jazz and classical studies. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna learn everything I could try to learn. And then I guess my big break was like in 2005. I was in my third year of college, and I got an opportunity to join Mary J. Blige's band.
Okay.
And I was just like, yo, school or Mary J. Blige? It was like, clearly I'm going to do Mary J. Blige. You know what I'm saying? And
how was that experience for you?
The experience was dope. So she already had a band that was a rock on her for years.
Yeah.
And my man, shout out to my man Lauren Dawson, super dope producer and keyboard player. He's amazing, bro. I call him like my big bro.
Yeah.
And when I met him in college, he was like in his late 20s, so he's a few years older than me. And we just like kind of connected. And next thing I know, he was just telling me, you never meet somebody and you just like, it's like kindred. It's like kindred spirit. It's just like you just rock with somebody. It's like, yo, it's my man. It's like
all the time. And I tell people that all the time. You don't need to know somebody for years. And you can meet somebody instantly and be like, yo,
so I don't know. It's like,
cool.
Yeah, like your spirits connect or something. I can't really explain it. So it was like that. And then I just remember him like saying like, I met him and I didn't know his resume was so thorough. Like at the time he was working for like Teddy Riley and Blackstreet. He had already been touring Mary J. Blige. When I met him, he was off tour. So he was playing in church, and then also he was signed to Sony as a producer. So I didn't know what like how extensive his resume was. And he was just like, yo, on some humble joint, like, yo, I'm going back on tour, Mary J. Blige. I think it'll be fire. She had a horn section. I'm gonna recommend it. She wasn't even looking for a horn section. And he's like, nah, I got these young 3 kids, you know what I'm saying? They fire.
So it's you and
me and my brother. My brother plays trombone. That's a joint pause with the slide. Because some people don't know.
No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. And the other friend plays trumpet.
Yeah.
So it was a 3-piece horn section. And we were all just in college. They both had graduated college, and they just came back home. And I would still have my like 1 or 2 more years. So I just dipped. I was just like, yo, this is perfect. We joined her band.
Did you go back to? Did you ever finish?
Nah, I never finished. I'm degreeless. I don't got no degree, but it's crazy because after that just opened the floodgates. Once I went on tour with her, we was on tour for like almost a year. I was doing everything. I'm on Good Morning America, Today Show, this, that, BET Awards. So I'm being seen now.
Fire.
And then after that, like, opened the doors, and the next situation was I joined Beyonce's band. Whew. And then from then, it's just like it's like alley-oops. God was like, all right.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even really mentally ready. I was just so excited to be doing it on that level. You know what I'm saying? Because I was gigging around New York and New Jersey, getting like gigs, Like small joints though.
Yeah.
And then when I got that situation, it just the floodgates just opened up.
I tell people this all the time. I say the right yes can change everything.
Change everything.
Right? The right yes. And sometimes you could be around and you could be at these YMCAs and playing hoops and everything like that. But if ain't nobody seeing you there, you could be better than Jordan.
Right.
But if you're not in the right rooms or you're not with the right places or you don't get that right yes, you're going to still be in that same place.
Exactly.
So shout out to your man, your homie who, you know, kind of made that happen and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that's super dope. You know, so from Beyonce, we're going to go into that. So you went out, you know, Mary J. Blige, Beyonce, what was, you know.
After that, the doors was open at like literally like a few months later when I came on tour Beyonce, I got a call and I started playing. I got a chance to play with Stevie Wonder and Shaka Khan. So now I got the young Stevie Wonder and Shaka Khan. Yeah. And it was like amazing because I'm just like, yo, I just came from, they're legends now in our eyes. They're young legends. I won't say young legends because this is back 20 years ago. But like for us, it's like at the time Beyonce and Mary was like, yo, for our age group was like, yo, they them. They still are them.
Yeah.
But Stevie Wonder and them was like, you really legend. You know
him.
So it's just like getting to play with him, and it's just like he came out like meet him, and he's just playing and he's killing it, and he's like, you guys sound good. I'm like, oh shoot, he heard me. You know what I'm saying? And just doing that, and it just like I said, after that, doors open up. Like a few years later after that, Sean Kingston, I was playing with him when he first came out with the whole Beautiful Girls joint when he first had his wave. And it's just like
I was in a video of his. I did a basketball scene with him.
Yeah.
Him, Trav, my boy Trav, who used to be with G-Unit.
Okay.
He had a song with Sean Kingston.
Yeah.
And I played. I was in the basketball.
Oh, you put it up,
joint and all that.
That's fire.
Shout out to my guy Trav.
That's fire. That's fire.
But I remember that it was been like 20. I don't hate myself, but like 2011.
Yeah. Listen, it's all good though, cause everything that you do leads up to where you are now. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the stories is great. I'm glad I got all those opportunities, and they kept on going. I think, after that, the Sean Kingston, it was a Crescent show. I know they kind of canceled her because she did the whole thing, but she's still super talented. Yeah. This is like 10 years ago, maybe like 13 years ago. And right after that, I think the artist I played with the longest as far as touring was Trey Songz. I was in his band for like maybe 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And I was with him. He was like, say our bottoms up, like on fire. Like we doing like.
So you know Amadeus?
That's my guy. That's my man.
That's my man.
That's my brother, yo. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason I got that gig.
Super producer, yeah. So he's been a part of the Ballin' for Peace family. Come out. He played in the softball game and things of that nature. He was actually doing something with Jeezy too in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I remember he gave me some tickets. I flew in the
Joyous joint.
Yeah. And I went to sleep. So he texted me. I woke up. I'm like, yo.
It's the worst.
You know, like when you get to Vegas, and not to go off topic, but you get to Vegas and sometimes you start drinking early in the day.
Oh yeah, pregame.
And then you go to sleep at like 8 o'clock. The joint is at 11. It's like, yo, bruh, like, you know, I'm dead. Like, cause I've been drinking since 9 o'clock in the morning.
You was doing your day party joint too soon.
100%.
You gotta know when to start the day party.
I was in the pool and all at the sun beat. Yeah. So when I'm like, I'm gonna just change. I'm gonna get.
Man, down.
Sorry, Amadeus. I didn't use those tickets. I went to sleep.
That's my brother. He's the reason I got that gig though. He called me, and I remember like when I was doing everything with like Sean Kingston and other people before, a few years before. He's like, yo, if Trey ever get horns or wants horns, I'm calling you. Yeah. I was like, all right, cool. And I saw him at, I don't know if you remember, way back in the day, BT Music Matters used to do a showcase. Yeah. At like all over, like at SOBs, at Drum, all the spots. Yeah. And I was doing a showcase of an independent up-and-coming artist, and he just happened to be there Amadeus. And he's like, I ain't seen him in like a minute, like almost a year. And he was just there like, yo, we about to do this unplugged joint with Trey. Like, you know, they want horns. I'm like, all right, what's up? And for whatever reason, I think he went for like a string section that time. So it didn't happen that time. Yeah. And then a few months later, he's like, yo, he putting out his 5th album. It's called Chapter 5. Yo, bro, let's go. And then he called me, and then the rest was history. And then I was trying to
on tours. I think the people want to know. On the tours. When you're on these tours, are they really like how they be talking about the tours and everything like that? I don't know if you know.
You know what they say? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Okay.
But I will say this. I shed a little light. Touring is fire. Yeah. But it's a young man's game, and it's still young, but I think when I first started touring, I was like 21, super green. So I'm just excited. I don't know what per diem is. I don't know what a stage plot is. I don't know nothing. Like, I'm just excited to be playing. But then you get a little, you get a little experience, and you realize that, like, it could be grueling on your body, because a lot of people don't understand. It's like, I'll give you a typical day. and then I'll get to the other stories. How many people want to hear that? A typical day,
just a little bit.
Yeah, I'll give you a little something. Like, people think you're just gonna get so. I don't want to curse. They just think you're gonna get so much ass.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And I feel like
a lot of booty.
They feel like the women are just throwing themselves. It's not necessarily like that. And on top of that, so like you might come from a city, right? And your lobby call's at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So now you already had a show, so you're tired. So you're going to lobby call. You go on the bus. The buses are comfortable. Usually they're dope, so you can sleep on them. But you're not getting no full sleep. Then you wake up. You get to the next city at like 12. You check in the hotel for like an hour.
Yeah.
Just to wash up so you could come back down, run to the venue. Then you got to do sound check. And after sound check, it's hurry up and wait. Then you're in the venue after that. Then you got a little bit of downtime, but you're still in the venue. Then it's like, yo, you got to be ready because we about to go on stage. Then you go on stage, you kill it. It's fire. Show's amazing. And you do the whole thing over again. And sometimes you leaving like instead of staying there overnight in the city, you literally leaving like you get on the bus after the show. Mm-hmm. So you don't really have time to be hollering at chicks. And a lot of like people don't notice. A lot of people get sick on tour.
Yeah.
Because their body be breaking down after like 3-4 weeks. Their body be like, you going through different. You in Vegas one time, then you in Houston, then you go back on the East Coast, then you going back Midwest to Chicago. You in mad different time zones. Yeah. Your body's just like, yo, what we doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, what's happening?
You know what I mean?
So I kind of know that when I played Division I basketball, so I was traveling all over flying here. I remember we was on like a 2-week like travel. We played all these different games, and we're going to Louisville. We're going to Illinois. We're playing in the University of Washington. It was like, I'm like, yo, bruh, like, and then you can just imagine in the NBA, like some of the guys, they just ain't got it that night. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's why, like, when you're a professional basketball player, you're a superstar, you're a legend, you have to show up every time. You can't have 2 points.
Yeah, nah.
You can't have an off night. You know what I'm saying? You AI, you can't have a 10-point game when people come into the game for the first time to see you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They spent their hard-earned money, or you can't be, this load management now that they doing nowadays is killing the game, so I understand, but you get fatigue.
It's fatigue. I mean, the women are there too, but I tell people like this. It depends on your taste level, and there's 3 types of women you can kind of meet.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Mm-hmm. So like the first one you probably can meet is the obvious groupie.
Yeah.
But the problem was this: the groupie don't always be a 10. The groupies be like 5 sometimes.
Yeah,
6.
man, you taking L's, man.
So then you think about like if I was back at the crib and if I was just going down the street and I saw this chick, would I really?
No, you probably wouldn't.
I mean, she's wearing a little skimpy dress, so you like,
but you in Iowa, so
you in
Iowa, you're in Idaho, so you.
Right.
She's.
But the problem with the groupie is. But the problem with the groupie is though the groupie will do anything. Literally do anything. So sometimes it's just like you realize like, yo, this might not be a body I want to take. You know what I'm saying?
But after you took it, I totally understand that. Yeah. Even being around NBA players and stuff like that when and living this life, you've done things that you probably shouldn't have done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're gonna get to one of your videos and everything like that. Let the people know the video that we about to get into.
All right, so the video we about to get into is a song of mine. It's called Quickie, and self-esteem.
Great segue. You know what I'm saying? Quickie on tour. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. We got more with my guy Eric. You know what I'm saying? Hall. You know what I'm saying? Quickie. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Got time to explain how I'm feeling. Ready and willing to give you that healing. Forego that foreplay. No, not today. We getting straight to the point, babe. You touch me, I touch you. You go down, I do too. All the things we can do, we can have a quickie. You serve me, I serve you. Cause your body's on the menu. Ain't much more left to say. We can have a quickie. Oh my mind, the way your body's looking at me. Oh my mind, we might not make it. One more time, when the desire hits me, it might get a little risky. Ain't nothing wrong with the quickie. Don't hesitate, girl, come inside. Lift up your skirt down to the side. Back or slow, girl, you decide. that kind of guy. I am a freak for you. My pony's ready. You can ride it, gonna jump on it. You touch me, I touch you. You go down, I do too. All the things we can do, we can have a quickie. You serve me, I serve you. Cause your body's on the menu. Ain't much more left to say. We can have a quickie. Oh my mind, the way your body's looking at me. Oh my mind, we might not make it. One more time, when the desire hits me, it might get a little risky. Ain't nothing wrong with the quickie. Don't hesitate, girl, come inside. Lift up your skirt down to the side. Fast or slow, girl, you decide. It might get a little risky. Ain't nothing wrong with the quickie. Ain't got a lot of time, so we gotta make it count. Ooh, I love in a minute, just a few more minutes. Ooh, you almost finished.
Oh, right there.
Oh my mind, the way your body's looking at me. Oh my mind, we might not make it. One more time, when the desire hits me, it might get a little risky. Ain't nothing wrong with the quickie. Oh my mind, the way your body's looking at me. Oh my mind, we might not make it. One more time, when the desire hits me, it might get a little risky. Ain't nothing wrong with the quickie.
We're back. Music Monday videos. My guy Eric Hall. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah, big
You know what I'm saying? We here. You know what I mean? So I have a question.
So,
Like, you being in this music industry for you know, as long as you have, how has the industry like shaping you as a person, right? Like human being,
Right.
and then also as an artist as well too.
I mean, this industry can be really challenging at times. So, like, I consider myself a nice guy, kind person, but sometimes, like...
Who said that? Who we talking about?
The jury's still out. We still figuring that out. I don't know.
Let's figure that one out, yeah.
But I feel like you gotta, like, learn how to set boundaries in this industry. You gotta be firm on what you say. There's been times people like, people have owed me money. Like, you do something for them, a gig, a favor, you produce a song, whatever the case is, and they don't pay.
Had that happen the other day.
Yeah.
I did a gig, not to cut you off, sorry to cut you
Yeah,
off,
you good.
but I did a little gig, and yeah, a week went by. They told me they were supposed to, you know, so they didn't show up and all that. They know who they are, you know what I mean?
Listen.
And then a week goes by, and then it's like, I don't want to have to ask for my money. I don't want to have to ask for my money that you owe me.
That's the
right?
worst. And then it's like you feel like you hounding them, and then they got an attitude and you ask them.
Man, like, how you owe me money and you...
Yo, death to net 45. No more net 45. No more net 30. No more net nothing.
Net today, right? Like, net now.
Oh, them net 45s.
Net now. I need my cash now.
And they want to say net 30 business days. Oh, bro, not 2 months. That's like 2 months. Like, knock it off.
That's crazy. So going into that, you know.
Yeah, nah, I feel like sometimes, like, you gotta, like, remain resilient.
Yeah.
You gotta just know your vision and your end goal. So you're gonna go through some bumps where people are, like, not gonna do you right or do you dirty. But I think it shaped me to be a better person. And everything, I don't regret anything, because I feel like everything I've ever done, it's like you learn a lesson.
Yeah.
And you take that lesson and now you can apply it of how you're going to move differently in the future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it shaped me to just be tough, keep your vision, and also just have a lot of faith, because a lot of times, like, you'll plant that seed sometimes and you feel like, damn, like, I'm working on this joint, this spot, it's not manifesting how I want to, and you just got to wait.
Yeah.
I believe timing is everything in this industry.
Everything.
And that's the main things I really learned. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So with your albums and the tracks that you have made, what was one of the more personal tracks to you?
One of the more personal tracks was crazy. When I first started producing in like 08, 09. And that year was just mad creativity. Like, people just only knew me as a saxophone player in the horn section I was part of. Like, oh yeah, he plays an instrument.
Yeah.
But they didn't know I produce and I sing and everything. So I was starting to really produce and sing. And I remember I had an artist I was working with, a girl, female artist. She was dope. We had caught a vibe. I thought she was like my Missy, and I was like Timberland, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it didn't work out after a year, so I had all this music, and one of the songs I wrote was called Not Gonna Stop, right?
Yeah.
And it was like more of this anthem type joint. I had horns in it, and
yeah.
Of course I'm a saxophone player, so I always got to throw the horns in there, but it was like on some anthem type joint. And I kept pitching it, then it stick. And then 2022, a couple of years ago, I got the opportunity to write the new theme song for the NBA on ESPN. And I remember I submitted that track and they took it. You know what I'm saying? And now every time I turn on the TV, anytime you turn on the TV, ESPN or ABC, you're going to hear that new theme song. And it's just like, I'm a basketball fan already. I'm not saying I was Kobe Bryant on the court. I was regular. I would get picked up on the pickup game. Like, maybe not first, but
we gonna have you in a celebrity game.
Right.
You heard it here. Eric Hall and the Baller for Peace celebrity.
I've been there.
June 14th, John Jay College. Eric Hall's gonna.
Let's go. I'm in there.
He gonna dust some shoes on.
I'm gonna start stretching now.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna have Eric Hall in the celebrity.
Yeah.
You know
but that song was personal. We didn't do doing the lyrics, but just the music that I wrote to it. I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like that artist I worked with, whole year went by, didn't work out. So I was really hurt. Like, damn, like maybe I should just stick to playing sax. I spent this year and nothing happened to it.
But you're pouring into somebody else though.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So like, when did you decide to kind of like change up and kind of pour into you actually becoming the singer that you are now?
I think that was a kind of the jump start to it, because it was like a year and a half, and I'm like, damn, I looked at my hard drive, and anybody who does music, you produce, you write, whatever you do, the worst thing is your hard drive. Not the worst thing, it's the best thing. But we sit on these songs, and they be some heat,
some fire.
But it's just like, I don't know how to put it out. Maybe you don't know how to market it. There's always some like little mental block why you don't want to put out the music. And I'm like, yo, put the music out. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that joint sit on your hard drive. So that's what it was for me. That's how I put my first album out in like 2012. And I was just like, yo, I got all this music. It's fire. Like, let me just sing it over and like get focused on my vocals, because these are good songs. And I put it out, and I was so surprised because this is back in like Dat Piff days. I put on Dat Piff, and you could see how many people download your joint. And I'm like, it went from like, I put out maybe a couple hundred downloads, which is cool to me.
Yeah.
It went from a couple hundred downloads to thousands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, Dat Piff, man. What an era, man.
LimeWire, all these.
What an era, man. So much good stuff. You can't find it no more, because now some of that stuff ain't up on streaming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Some
disappeared, man.
Just disappeared, bro.
Dope music that just disappeared. So you're going into that, uploading?
Yeah, so I start uploading it, and that kind of gave me the confidence to say, you know what? You could be I knew I was multi-dimensional and multi-talented, but like, yo, keep working on that. You know what I'm saying? That gave me like the confidence, and after that, I kept putting more music out, and it would be sporadic because, like I said, I was on tour with Trey one time for a long time, and then I got signed as into a music publisher, and I got like a publishing deal as a producer and a songwriter. So I was focused on like pitching to Chris Brown and this person. You know how it is. They give you that.
I was just about to shift into that. Like, so you did a lot of ghostwriting for artists and things.
Ghostwriting, got some places.
Yeah, you want to share any of it?
I mean, it wasn't even as much ghostwriting. For me, it was like we doing demos and we was pitching it to like, yo, we gotta want to put in this, like, someone was sync placing like, yo, it could get put in a movie. Some of it was like, yo, we pitching it to this artist and so forth. But my first major placement as a producer that put me on, like, people was like, oh, you produce for real? It was with Madonna.
Yo, this guy's saying names. You know what I'm saying? Mary J. Blige, Beyonce. Madonna,
listen, man,
Stevie, but it's okay, yeah, like, Madonna.
Nah, it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. That's a crazy story too, because like you said, so first album I put out in 2011, it was like end of 2011, beginning of 2012, and I was like, oh, like I had to call it a mixtape. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, because I sampled like some stuff, and I was like, yo, I ain't trying to clear this joint.
Yeah.
That's why I put it on Dat Piff, and I kind of gave away for free and did free downloads, whatever. But I was like, it's my first project. I just want people to hear the music, you know what I'm saying? And then if I build a fan base, then I can start charging and put on iTunes for real. But I remember I put the project out. It was called Music Room. I liked it. And I had like 3 or 4 like songs that were strong. I'm like, yo, I got to pick a single. And then my man at the time, he was managing me, my boy Ron Faison. Shout out to my boy Ron Faison. He says he's really cool with Kid Capri. He kind of grew with him. And he was like, when he was a little kid, like 14, 15, he went on tour and was just like holding the crates for him. Like, so he ain't had a crazy relationship with him. He's like, yo, let's go to Kid Capri, let him hear the joints, and maybe he could give you like some honest feedback of what you feel like he could put on radio. Like, you build a relationship. I have my relationship, but I want you to meet him. Yeah. So I went over there. That was a game plan. And when we got there, Kid, mad cool, studio, hella records. We got downstairs. I'm on some music nerd. I'm like, oh, it's the Barry White record my father had. I'm like connecting with him. He's telling me what he got going on. He's like, yeah, I'm working on this song. I don't know if you remember, it was back in the, he's like, I'm doing this reality show called Master the Mix. It's me, Just Blaze, and I forgot the other DJ. It's a third DJ. And he's just telling us about it, and he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yo, because I'm doing this show, I was at some event, and I met Madonna, and she's like, yo, Kid Capri, I always want you to produce for me. Wow. And I'm like, oh, word. So I'm listening to the story, and he's like, he's just telling us about it. And then he changed subjects, and we just doing something else. And all of a sudden, he just turns on his computer, and while we're talking, like how we talking now, it's an acapella that comes on. And I'm like, oh, that joint sound like Madonna. So me and Ron, you look at each other, and it's just like, you read the room. It's like, yo, let's fall back. I'm not going to keep talking about my music. Let me just see what he says. Now he set up a computer. He set up Logic, Pro Tools. He's taking his MPC out. He started making a beat to the acapella. I'm like, we just sitting there. Then he's like, yo, Ron, add some keys. Blah, blah, blah. Ron, add some keys. Yo, E, add some ideas to keys. And we just started working on the joint. And then next thing I know, end of the night, we done worked on that joint. He's like, yo, what y'all doing tomorrow? Like, nothing. Any plans I had? Yeah, that was you. I was going to wake up and eat some breakfast. That's it. So then we came back and we did submitted like 3 songs for her, like in a week period. And she ended up taking it fast. Like, she took one joint. And that kind of like, I was already producing for like some independent people and had some placements that was like kind of smaller. That one kind of put me on the map. It's like, yo, you produce, bro? Like, oh, what's up? Like, let's work, let's collab, and let's get stuff moving. And that's just, but if I never came to him on some like, yo, I want you to hear my music, that never would have happened.
I think energy is everything. And how you kind of, present yourself and how how you are, you groom, you this, like, that all matters. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this industry. Yeah. Saying first impressions is everything.
Everything, yeah.
So a little bit more about that Kid Capri story. Did y'all like kind of do stuff after that? Did you like?
Yeah, we did stuff after that, and I know it's still cool from to this day. I feel like I also so it's crazy. I got at the time that happened, the Madonna joint, I was playing with Chrisette Michelle.
Yeah.
And then we got the placement, and then a few months later, Chrisette was like kind of like, we was off tour, and then Amadeus hit me up like, what's up? I need horns. Yeah. And then we was like, literally after he called me, we started rehearsal like 3 weeks later, and we was off to the race. We was booked for like 5 months out. Like, so I was kind of so locked in with the Trey situation that I really like, I was still cool with Kid and everything, but I didn't have a lot more time to produce because we was just on the road. Yeah. And I was kind of being in that light now, you know what I mean? That's always been a challenge as a musician or anybody who does like a lot of things. It's just like, you think you want to do one thing, not think, but you have plans to do something, and then a situation comes out and you're like, oh shoot, I guess I'm gonna take this situation for a little bit, and then you just gotta figure it out. But that's the beauty of just being a creative person and having different options, you know?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with having options, you know?
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So I want to dive into your like creative space, right? When you're making music. Yeah. So have you ever like made music from reality, like say like a woman, a heartbreak?
Oh yeah.
Anything like that. So like but some people actually just kind of put it out there, and some things have really happened.
Yeah.
In your music. So,
it's like a combination of both. Like when I do certain songs, like some stuff I'll pull like from my like something that's happened to me. But I'm also a good listener, so like I feel like it's a little different now as I'm older, but I used to like just be around a bunch of women, and I have a lot of like female friends, you know what I'm saying? And I think woman energy is just dope. So like
great.
Just hearing their conversations, sometimes how they think, it's like, yo,
so it's safe to say we love women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We love women.
Absolutely. And I just was like, click on some of the stuff they would say, the conversations, and some of my female friends would tell me about like dudes they dating and situations, and some of the stuff like, oh, this is crazy. I got to write about it. Yeah. So sometimes I'm pulling from just like hearing stuff that's like, oh, that could be a fly concept if I like write, if I pen it a certain way and I do a dope melody. And some of the stuff was like personal stuff.
What's the wildest thing a woman has done to you? Cause we've all dealt with heartbreak.
Right.
I say this all the time. Men, we're very simple. Like we want something, we want it. That's the person we want, and that's all.
Right.
I feel like a lot of times, women kind of complicate certain things. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
We wouldn't want like the person that we want. We're not gonna cheat on you. We don't want to cheat on you.
Right.
But this is who we want. You know what I mean? But I back in the day, there were things that I did just in case.
Right.
I call it just in case, right? You know what I'm saying? You did things just in
case. Wow.
Just in case, right? You know what I mean? Somebody cheating on you, this, that, and third. But you never know. So what's the wildest thing a woman that you found out?
You know what's crazy? Honestly, the heartbreak I had is maybe like, it was never no infidelity, like no chick never did like no foul stuff and like slept with my best friend or like no wild or slept the homie. Like it was never nothing like that. I think my heartbreaks was just like you thought someone was gonna really work out, and out of nowhere you ain't see it. Probably if you just like stepped out of your feelings, you could have been like, yo, bro, this saw the signs. So sometimes I didn't see the signs, and I feel like I never really got. it's always been a mutual split, but sometimes just even a conversation lean up like, damn, you was feeling that way for a minute. Yeah. Like, oh, shoot, like, maybe I could have did what you said. I should have.
Just in case. Just in case.
Right. That's Jersey too. Jaheim.
Jaheim, yeah.
Jersey too.
Yo, a super underrated artist.
Super underrated.
Jaheim, shout out to Jaheim. You know what I mean? Wherever you are, however you doing, I hope you're doing well.
That's a fact.
Let's get you up here one day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so, you know, that emotion, you know, growing up, you say your mom in your life and certain things like, you know, pouring it, you said women. Yeah. Right, you know, you like to be around women.
Yeah, for sure.
You get, you know, you can't get those records from just being around a bunch of men.
Yeah, nah. You gotta be around. I feel like women make the world go around for certain stuff. Like, if you think about advertising and stuff we buy, like, yo, women buy stuff, like
everything.
Like I told you, I was all right. So look, when I was in Mary J. Blige, 90% of the crowd, women. And if it was dudes there, it's like, yo, I'm bringing my shorty. Beyonce, woman, obviously. You can see where she goes and how much she pours into women. It's like really girl power, some woman power, James, which is fire. You know what I'm saying? She bigs up women all the time. Trey at the time, I mean, now still, but you know, it was woman stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, but if you think about it, women are buying the stuff. Like,
buying the record.
I feel like, and I don't want to say this because I don't even want no smoke, because I rocks with them. Like, Griselda, but like, people like Griselda, like, I'm a music head, so I love all styles of music. But I went to one of their shows one time.
None but men there.
I went to one of their shows one time and I was like, oh, all right, like,
we got, you know,
okay,
Benny, we gotta, you know.
I'm not saying there wasn't some girls there, but the ratio was just not.
The girls we want there.
Ratio was a little different.
It ain't the girls we want.
You know what I mean?
The concert.
But
I was there. I was actually there. My boy Graf was on tour with them too. So we tried. There's a lot of dudes.
It was in New York for SOBs. It was a while ago. It was a lot of dudes. Right before COVID or something. I was just like, oh shoot.
Demographic crazy. 10-1.
They fire though. Shout out to them. I love the music. Music is dope, but I feel like women, like, they really just buy a lot of stuff. They buy, and I feel like it's important to, like, make sure you speak to them and have them part of my audience. Of course, I got some people who like into music and just like music, some guys, and whoever likes my music I'm fine with. You know what I'm saying? But I think women are just super important to, like, this culture, and we, you know, you gotta, like, cater to them and speak to them. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. So let the people know what you got coming up. What you working on?
Speaking of women, I just dropped my latest album. It's called Heard You Looking For Me, and we already
Heard You Looking For Me.
Heard You Were Looking For Me. Yeah.
Heard or her?
Just heard. Heard you were looking for me.
Heard you were looking for me.
Yeah, and I did that because, like, when I was telling you before, like, yo, have you dropped albums? I took a break.
Mm-hmm.
But then I put out a single. I helped one of my boys out, just, like, produce some songs for him. And I actually sang on some. And then, man, people like, yo, when you put out music? And I'm like, I've been doing other stuff. And I kept getting asked, when you put out music? And then so then somebody said to me one day, and they're like, yeah, I was looking for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we have fire album title. Heard you were looking for me. So I dropped the EP the end of last year, and we already played Quickie. But my latest joint it's actually called For My Ladies.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a little bit. We're gonna get into For My Ladies in a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you had somebody, because you've been on tour with a lot of these people, if you had to collaborate with someone, who would that be?
As far as today,
let's say modern, and then we'll go into back in the day. But for modern right now, who would you collab with? And then we'll get like two or three people from back.
It's so crazy. I feel like in hip hop and R&B right now, I don't want to just say in R&B, but specifically in hip hop, I feel like women have a strong presence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got the Little Brooks.
Yeah.
You got, like, it don't matter if you want Ratchet.
Lola.
Yeah. You got the Sexy Reds. You have Lotto. You got, like, all Meg Stan. You got, like, women that are strong in hip hop.
Yeah.
As far as like really by having these records that's like that shake.
Ready.
Like, you go out, you hear them, like, oh shoot, they playing these records.
Sexy Red.
Yeah, all of them. And then even the R&B, like, it's like you got Money Long. Yeah. You got it's just a lot of, like, women out there that's doing dope stuff that I like. So I think for me right now, if I had to choose one, even
not one, you could, let's say choose 3 collaborations right now, modern, that you would want to do.
Yo, I really rock with Summer Walker's music.
Summer Walker.
It's the musicality and just even her song selection when she chooses to, like, how she chooses her music. I feel like she's always heartbroken though. Like, the niggas be doing her dirty. I'm like, all right, but it's cool. Like, I feel like she makes good music. I feel like I would definitely want to collab with her. Somebody I rock because she's been consistent since she came out is Kalani.
Okay.
Kalani's super dope. I would rock with her. You know, I rock with a dude. I'm not sure if I can't say you're not familiar with him. He's not as mainstream, but Lucky Day.
Lucky Day, yeah.
Lucky Day, man. Like, he's dope, man. And shout out to D Mile. Like, he's one of those producers who's been doing like so much dope stuff. He does a lot of Lucky Day stuff. Okay. He does a lot of stuff. Victoria Monet's another one of mine. Like, she's dope.
Okay.
But I'll throw one rapper in there. I probably would want to like. Nah, Lola Brooke probably be somebody.
Lola Brooke. Okay. There we have. Sure. And so now. Collaboration, say back in the day collabs. Like, who would you would have?
Back in the day collabs.
And they could be,
who always have fire like hooks, not even hooks, fire songs. I literally just listened to the song the other day.
R. Kelly.
I mean, listen.
The remix of the joint. R. Kelly was out.
His talent was never the question. Yeah. It's all the other stuff he did. The talent's always been there.
Shout out to R. Kelly.
But I was listening to and I worked him before, but not on that level. But like, I can't say back in the day he's still relevant, but like, I was listening to the Fab and Tamia joint. So
okay.
Such a fire joint. I feel like
Fab was doing a lot of collabs back then. Yo, Fab, get back to that.
What's the joint got with Lil Mo?
Lil Mo, yep.
He got a bunch of joints.
Yo, Fab was the collab king. He was that.
His collabs are even on like say like I make him say like your doctor, like the tribe is cranberry and vodka. Like, he just has those verses that like, yo, bro, like this
still look the same age, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna get back to those collabs. You really Fab was one of those hip hop artists who kind of made an R&B record even push to that next
level. That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, Fab
would be somebody, I won't say back in the day, but like that late 90s, early 2000s run that he had, I feel like Fab is someone I would definitely want to collab with.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
We can still make that happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you Fab,
let me see, back in the day, low key, I would definitely work with R. Kelly back in the day, bro.
R. Kelly. Yeah.
And I'll name one more because I feel like he's not really back in the day. He was like kind of in that 2000 like little era. T-Pain, yo. I always love T-Pain's music.
T-Pain is one of my favorite artists of all time.
I've always loved his music.
Underrated, and it's super dope and fire. Like, I'm glad you said the same, because I would, you never hear his name mentioned, and he's one of the dopest artists, period. Like, the end. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, he's the same way you said how Fab. Like, he was, of course his music is fire, but he was on mad hooks, making them hook, or just collab and making them songs go up even more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
to kind of transition from that, like, how do you feel about being signed or being independent? Like, what's your take on that? Or do you feel
I think it depends.
In this day and age.
I think it's specific to like each person. It like depends how, like, you got to be honest with yourself what type of person you are. If you're a person who is a very hard worker and is a visionary, I would say independent.
Okay.
But if you know you're not gonna get, like, nowadays,
somebody to tell you to come
here, come here this time.
Come here and do.
If you need, like, there's now artists are like shooting their own videos. Yeah. Shoot some of my own videos, not all the time, but like if you don't have it in you to like learn another skill set outside of you, I could sing real well, or I could play instrument, or I could rap really well. You might need to just like get signed, because they're gonna have that infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? And you need an infrastructure. If you have a solid team with you already, then go with it. But a lot of people, I feel like, just don't have it. Like, they just want to just do the art.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So if you really have a work ethic and discipline, and you have that vision, I say independent. If you feel like you need help and you don't feel like doing that, and you don't feel like always posting on social media every day, yo, get a label then. Go get signed, because they'll help you. Have the infrastructure to help you do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you got to do it nowadays. It's like, it's different from back in the days. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we used to, like, you literally could walk in the city or Jersey or wherever, and you would just see a posters. Man, the street team joint. You know what I'm saying?
We spoke about that. My last interview, how the street team
is kind of dead. I would say.
Would you go back to that, like in old school? Say if you're doing a show, would you want something like that, like a street team? I watch Jadakiss, and when I'm doing my promo runs and stuff like that, I kind of keep it to similar to how Jadakiss does. I'm on. I go to the shows, I do stuff. But Jadakiss has that old approach as well too. Yeah. Having a street team, having album releases, having the things, and kind of going on every single show, whether it has 10,000 followers, 10 million followers, or he's everywhere when he's dropping his album.
I think that's dope. Yeah. I think that's the best way you got to do it, because You should want to talk to everybody. You should 100%. Be excited about your project, your music, and want to speak to anybody. Like you said, they can have 10 followers or 10 million. Like, you shouldn't always just go and look for the big looks.
100%.
Because you want to build. And I always say, like, the people that you meet now, you never know where they're going to be in like 3 or 4 years.
That's a fact. And I've met a lot of people like that when I'm doing, my events, my shows for peace and things of that nature. But yeah, before you get out of here, let the people know what you got coming up, right? The last of what you're about to do, what you're releasing. Also, let them know your socials and everything like that.
Got you. So coming up now, I got a new project I'm working on. I don't know, should I drop the title here or should I wait?
Nah, we dropping it here. Music, you know what I'm saying? Music, money. Yes.
So the last one was called Heard You Looking For Me.
Yes.
This one's gonna be a full project, more songs. The last one was like a little 6-pack on them, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
6 songs, just keeping it light to like get people still listening to the music. This last one's called Heard You Looking For Me.
Yeah.
This one, I'm gonna call this one, it's a little different.
Like an EP?
This is a full album.
Full album, okay.
Yeah.
You have a kind of date in mind, like that you want to release?
Dropping this summertime for sure. We're about to drop a single soon. I'm still picking a single, so I don't have like a single I want to pick out yet, but it's called Depends Who's Asking.
Depends Who's Asking.
Because I wear so many different hats, and it's like, depends who's asking. So
I'm a saxophonist today. I'm an artist.
Yeah, I could be on my Quincy Jones drum. I could be on my Pharrell Williams. So.
Okay. Nah, that's what's up. I like that.
Yeah, so just look for it in the summer, and you could the old music is still out. You know what I'm saying? It's not even old. Some people it's new to y'all, so y'all can rock out with that. But check out in my socials, all socials, Mr. Eric Hall, MREICHALL. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Follow me. Rock with me, you know what I'm saying? Catch a vibe with me.
Yeah, vibe out. Introduce that last video that we about to play before we get up out of
last video is called For My Ladies, and that's really who it's for. Now, if you're a fella you could tap into, play it for your lady, or play it for some ladies, you know what I'm saying, if you want to get some ladies. But it's called For My Ladies, so.
Yes, sir. It's your boy H2O, Music Monday video, you know what I'm saying? I'm here with my boy Eric Hall, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
It's a right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Wrote this little bop for my ladies. Shout out all of y'all, y'all amazing. Latina mommies and my Haitians, my Caribbean gals, y'all amazing. Oh yeah. Caramel, dark chocolate, long hair, short hair, you know you did that. While the world keeps spinning, baby, you keep winning. I made this song for you, yeah. Special girl, you're a real good girl. You always shine bright like a diamond in a pearl. Ooh, you kill it each and every day. Yeah. You can't help what's in your DNA. Yeah, girl. You got that sticky, got that good. You got that running back, double tap soul food. You do your thing, boss up, girl, as you should. You hit the city, damn girl, you're up to no good. Gotta let you know that I see you. Got that fire in your eyes, they can't stop you. Baddest of them all, that's the damn truth.
Ain't no lie.
And I got nothing but love for my ladies. Clap it up one time for you. Wrote this little bop for my ladies. Shout out all of y'all, y'all amazing. Latina mommies and my Haitians, my Caribbean gals, y'all amazing. Oh yeah. Caramel, dark chocolate, long hair, short hair, you know you did that. While the world keeps spinning, baby, you keep winning. I made this song for you, yeah. I know your face can never decline. You know you get what you want in time. Entering your soft girl era. Champagne with your toes out, it don't get no better. They're just a copy of original. Creme de la creme, so official. Just know that I'm tryna get next to you. Want the best for you. Baby, I gotta let you know that I see you. Got that fire in your eyes, they can't stop you. Baddest of them all, that's the damn truth. And I got nothing but love for my ladies. Clap it up one time for you. Wrote this little bop for my ladies. Shout out all of y'all, y'all amazing. Latina mommies and my Haitians, my Caribbean gals, y'all amazing. Oh yeah. Caramel, dark chocolate, long hair, short hair, you know you did that. While the world keeps spinning, baby, you keep winning. I made this song pop for my ladies. Shout out all of y'all, y'all amazing. Latina mommies and my Haitians. My Caribbean gals, y'all amazing. Oh yeah. Caramel, dark chocolate. Long hair, short hair, you know you